Hey, everybody, this is Will Beinbrink. I am the lead of the Exorcism of God film, and I want to welcome you to the Horror Squad podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Horror Squad podcast. This is episode number 371, where tonight we will be reviewing 2010's Beyond the Black Rainbow, as selected by Max. So, shout out, Max. Thank you so much for donating to our movie project. Of course, the final episode will be coming out sometime soon. We are in the process of making it, and we are very excited to get out to you. So, thank you, Max, once again for donating to the movie. Gentlemen, I wasn't out. I was out last week. I know I was missed, but how was your week? Todd, I believe you hit up a little Monday Night Raw action last night. Is that correct?
I did, yeah.
Ooh.
First, though, Friday, I got a new tattoo,
Oh,
Leatherface,
shit. Nice.
back on my left arm, which came out really nice. I'm really pleased with that. But yeah, Monday Night Raw was last night as of yeah, yesterday as this recording. And it was fun, man. I'd never been to a wrestling event like that, and I had no idea that people were that into it, man. Like I'm a casual fan at best. I mean, all of us used to be massive fans, when Stone Cold and all them were running around, but I haven't really followed it. My son's into it, so I was, taking him and I just didn't want him to be disappointed. And man, it was fun. Man, the crowd's electric. I was telling Steve, it rivals like an NFL game with how like big people are into it. Chanting, everyone's got their these little like inside jokes. So I'm like, what the fuck is everyone wooing about? And then like my son's like, that's Ric Flair. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like a chain reaction around the arena. And yeah, it was a good time. It was fucking great, man. Those guys are athletes, and you can see it even more in person how fast and athletic they are, and it's just it's pretty damn cool. So yeah, I had a great time.
Awesome. Yeah, right now it's the big build up to WrestleMania, just
Yeah,
like a month away or
I
whatever.
I
So,
gotta say, I never thought I'd say this, man, but Logan Paul, he is a good heel. He is an excellent heel on wrestling,
yeah.
man. He's making fun of Cincinnati and getting the crowd into it. I'm like, this motherfucker. So, like, but it was pretty good, and yeah, it was an awesome show.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about the Paul brothers, but I mean, they're fucking, they can sell themselves, man. They're doing pretty well out there, and I'm sure that boxing match is gonna be terrible, but it's gonna make a ton of money, so good for
Who's he
them.
fighting now?
They're fighting each other,
I,
Jake versus Logan, brother versus brother, the
can
ultimate
they
showdown.
both do one of those infamous double knockouts? That'd be amazing.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to like a draw, and then they can drag this out to like a trilogy or something like that. It's ridiculous. There's a big rumor that he's supposed to. One of them, I think Jake is supposed to fight Conor McGregor at some point, which I think Conor would destroy him, like unless Conor's taking a fall. But
Well, it's boxing rules too,
I mean,
and
still,
so
yeah. But
in
Conor was he went toe to toe with Floyd Mayweather, so like,
that's very true.
yeah. So
I
I
just
think,
feel like everyone agrees that it's a sham, like his fights. Like
oh yeah.
Tyson would have killed him, and you saw those videos where it's like Tyson's clearly not punching.
Hmm.
And it's like, why did do are we watching just because we want to see him get fucking laid out? Is that why we keep tuning in? Like I don't that's why I
Yeah.
tune in, but I don't know. It's
We're
just
a
crazy.
weird, yeah, we're a weird species, man. Like
Yeah.
we all know it's fixed, but we all just tune in to watch it anyway.
Just to talk about it on a horror
I
podcast
mean,
of all
it's
places.
like wrestling's like a similar thing, right? I mean, it's like pre-scripted, like,
Right.
well, although we don't know the outcome, we know that it's predetermined, but it's still like entertainment and fun to watch. Who was like the big main event last night?
They had the women's tag team championship on the
Okay.
line, and Liv Morgan and her squad beat Bianca Belair and hers. That was a really good
Nice.
match.
All
And
right.
then Cody Rhodes came out, talked to Seth Rollins, just running their mouths, and Logan Paul wrestled, and
Mm-hmm.
The Miz and LA Knight fought, and it was
Nice.
fun, man. It was a loaded evening. It was pretty good.
Was Rhea Ripley there? I know she's kind of like a
She
big
was,
spooky girl right now.
yeah, she was talking, but she never came out to wrestle. She just had a
Okay.
couple like, I'm gonna beat you and blah blah blah.
Nice. Big
Yeah.
Terrifier fan, apparently.
Oh,
So
yeah.
shout out to her.
Along with
Uh,
everyone else that fucking was
yeah,
there.
right. Yeah,
They,
exactly.
they were actually at the Royal Rumble, like almost right at the ring. Lauren Rivera,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
David Thornton. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was cool.
That's very awesome.
Hmm.
Uh, All right. Well, thank you, Todd, for that Monday Night Raw update. Steve, what you got? I know we got Movie Club coming up this
We
week,
do.
right?
Yeah, the day this episode releases, we got Movie Club. It is our horny horror night, and we're going to watch, as voted by our Discord, Killer Rack. So it is exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a really fun night. As far as what's up with me, yeah, I slept with the wolves. So I did an overnight thing where you rent a cabin and the whole back of the cabin is like all big windows and you have wolves like come up right to your window and stuff like that. Yeah, it was really cool. It's just to see like wolves in their natural habitat, and we also played like an escape room board game while we were there. It was a good time. So if you have something like that in your area, I recommend it.
Very nice. And yeah, I'm bummed I missed last week. I'm sure it was an amazing episode on I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure the discussion on Martyrs was amazing. Yeah, I love that movie. So I was really excited to discuss it. Unfortunately, I couldn't. But I'm going to talk about the American remake during What Watch Later. I don't know if you discussed it last week or not, Steve.
I just like kind of explained the comparison and everything, but I didn't go
All right.
too in depth. So
All right. Yeah, I'll be mentioning that on What Watch Later. I should mention also, it's just a bunch of Halloween weekend coming up in 7 months now. It's slowly creeping up on us. October 2nd through the 5th. I can now confirm that the screening is going to be happening Sunday night at the Cabot Theater once again. So that is an event that literally was just added the other day. Tickets will be going on sale to all the events very, very soon. We are just finalizing a few details on the events, but there's going to be, I think, 7 or 8 total events over the entire weekend. We've added a day this year because it falls on parade weekend this year. Salem does, their kickoff to Halloween parade every first Thursday in October. So we decided to jump in on that this year. So it's going to be an awesome weekend, Thursday through Sunday, October 2nd to 5th. Hopefully you can join us. We'll be hanging out all weekend. We'll be hosting some of the events. We're going to be coming up with trivia questions. We're working on a trivia event for this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please join us if you can for It's Just a Bunch of Halloween weekend with the cast of Hocus Pocus in Salem, Massachusetts. You can head to itsjustabunchofhalloween.com for any and all details regarding that. Like I said, tickets should be going on sale, I would guess, within the next month or two. But we'll give you guys first dibs. No one even knows about the screening besides you guys. So you guys, you listen to the podcast, you get that info. All right, I think that's about it, folks. So Steve, I think it's time to spill a little tea.
yeah, spell it.
Oh, you want the tea? I'm sorry. We don't serve tea. Nope. Instead, you get a cup of Joe. And now here's Joe with the news.
All righty, thank you so much, Chuck. And here you go. This is your cup of Joe for this week. Let's start off with some Friday the 13th news. Crystal Lake, the TV series from A24, is going to be coming out very, very soon. Well, it's in, pre-production, but we may have found our Mrs. Voorhees for the series. It is being rumored that Linda Cardellini, who I know personally from Freaks and Geeks mostly, but she's a very popular actor. She's been in a bunch. I think she was in Scooby-Doo too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo is Velma, I believe, the Scooby-Doo live action. Yeah, Linda Cardellini is being rumored to be playing Mrs. Voorhees in the Crystal Lake TV series. Good choice, gentlemen. What do you think?
I don't care.
Come on, Todd. You are the biggest Friday the 13th fan.
I don't want a backstory of Jason and his mom, man. It's not needed. We all know the backstory of Jason. If they change it, then it's not Jason anymore. I don't know. That sounds like a whiny bitch thing to say, but I don't know. Someone back me up here. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I agree with Todd in that I want to see like a forward Jason. I don't want to see like a prequel Jason, but Linda Cardellini is a very good actress, very accomplished. I just watched her in Dead to Me, and she was very, very good in that, and she's in Marvel and a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good choice if you're gonna have Pamela Voorhees in it.
Yeah, and Jason being played by Tom Holland, so we have that to look forward to. They just make him like a handsome kid and like completely change his backstory.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The fact that it's A24 definitely intrigues me because, in my opinion, A24 puts out usually great stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, I could see the hesitation with A24 taking over a slasher series. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. It could be interesting. I'm excited for it. All right. What does M. Night Shyamalan and Nicholas Sparks have in common? Nicholas
Both-
Sparks, of course, from The Notebook.
Both guys.
Well, what if I told you Jake Gyllenhaal, M. Night Shyamalan, and Nicholas Sparks are teaming up, ladies and gentlemen, for a supernatural romance thriller? That is right, folks. M. Night Shyamalan and Nicholas Sparks are going to be teaming up on this. Shyamalan will be directing, Nicholas Sparks will be writing, and Jake Gyllenhaal to star. Quite the odd trio, if I do say so myself. Could this be good? Could this be an absolute disaster? We'll have to wait and see. But I just thought that was fucking super random. But hey, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, folks. What do you guys know? You guys follow non-horror stuff more than me. Have you heard about Steven Spielberg's mysterious UFO movie?
Yes.
Can you tell me anything about it? Do you know anything? All I know is June 2026 now has officially been giving, June 12th, 2026 has officially been given the green light for this mysterious Steven Spielberg UFO movie. Will it be E.T.? Will it be a fire in the sky type thing? What do you guys think?
Hope it's not ET. Because
E.T. Part 2?
he came the night he came home. I don't know, man, but there's a show that he did that I think is pretty underrated called Taken from like I always forget like how old I'm getting, like 20 years ago maybe. But didn't it, I thought this just got delayed. So is this a new delayed date that you that
That's
just announced?
the most up to date. Yeah,
Hmm.
June 12th, 2026 is what they have it planned. So we shall see. Hopefully it's has some horror tones in there, and hopefully it will be sort of a good one, and we'll see. I mean, Spielberg, how can you go wrong? Spielberg fans, if you're in Boston, the Boston Pops at Boston Symphony Opera House is going to be playing Jaws with a live orchestra. In
Amazing. Go do it.
Yeah,
Are you doing it?
yeah, probably. I
Hell
haven't
yeah.
bought tickets yet, but I want to. It just got announced. I think it's like Memorial Day weekend or like the week before Memorial Day, so should be pretty awesome. I went and saw Psycho there, and it was pretty fucking awesome. So I'll keep you updated. The Creep Tapes. Did any of you guys watch it? Season 1?
Not yet.
No, same. I gotta get on it. Well, it has been announced by Shudder that Creep Tapes Season 2 has been greenlit, so we will be getting a Creep Tapes Season 2. More Peach Fuzz all the time. I just wish they would make a third movie and just finish off sort of the trilogy. But yeah, hey, I guess this is the way they're going for now. More Duplass all the time. Steve, will you be attending Halloween Horror Nights in Vegas? Are you planning on going to it?
We'll see how the world shakes out. But I hopefully one day I will go to Vegas and see Halloween Horror Nights, the permanent attraction.
Mm. Well, yeah, it's been official. I bring it up because it's officially been announced that Universal Horror Unleashed is what they will be calling it. The year-round attraction in Vegas will be opening its doors on August 14th. It is going to feature 4 haunted houses. You will be getting a Universal Monsters house, a Texas Chainsaw Massacre house, the Exorcist Believer, why? And Scarecrow the Reaping will be the 4 houses. You will also have, of course, live performers, themed entertainment areas, food and drink, retail, and more. Just 10 minutes, of course, from the strip. It is going to be a 20-acre attraction, and sounds awesome. We'll see. Do you think they'll be copying like their houses from
That's what I'm afraid.
Halloween Horror Nights, Steve? Yeah.
That's why they have these random like fucking properties. It's because they're probably just grabbing the
Taking
shit
them,
they
yeah.
have already and just putting it into this fucking thing, which is weird. Like I really thought they'd have something new for this experience. And
Right.
the 20 acres, that's a fucking monster of a location. So I'm really curious what it's gonna look like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I wish they would just did the regular Exorcist. I'm assuming it's like a rights issue, maybe, or something. But
Could be,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. But like you said, I mean, they literally just made that house what last year? So you're probably right.
Yeah.
They're just bringing they're fucking put it back in trucks and bring it right over. But it seems like it's going to be an awesome year-round attraction. Vegas quickly becoming like the horror destination and capital with all, you got the Blair Witch escape room there, you get the Saw escape room, you get the Zach Baggins Museum. Now you get this. I mean, it's definitely becoming quite the place to go. I know Eli Roth back in the day had a haunted attraction right on the strip that failed. Will this fail? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think
Probably,
so.
I think
Yeah,
so.
you think so?
It's
Think
too
it's gonna
big.
fail?
It's way too fucking big. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like who besides us or really wants to go to like haunted attractions like in like March or April,
Yeah,
Like
and I also just don't see like it seems like a one like if you've seen
one and
it,
done. Yeah.
if you're local, why go back, right? Like it
Right.
just unless they change the
They're
houses
gonna have to change houses
every
yearly,
six
right?
months or
Yeah.
yearly or something, but it seems like I don't know. It seems like a one and done type thing.
Mm-hmm. You still plan on going in September though?
We'll see. I'm
See
gonna
how
book
the
it.
see
I'm
how
gonna
the
book it,
see how the
but
world is. Yeah.
let's just say I'm hearing things that
Uh-huh.
make me not want to go.
Last story tonight. Gonna end unfortunately on a bit of a somber note here,
Uh,
but Phantasm star Reggie Bannister. It has just been announced he unfortunately had to cancel a bunch of his convention appearances for the rest of this year. And we found out why. He unfortunately is very sick and he is entering home hospice care. They're just kind of making him comfortable at this point. It doesn't seem like he has too much longer. However, they are encouraging, Phantasm fans and horror fans alike to please show your appreciation to Reggie Bannister by sending him letters. So you can, they gave us an address, so you can send it to Reggie Bannister, P.O. Box 4387, Crestline, California 92325. Once again, that's Reggie Bannister, P.O. Box 4387, Crestline, California 92325. So yeah, send him a letter, send him words of encouragement, send him some fan mail, some drawings, whatever you got there. Let him know, you appreciated his life and his career. Yeah, and I'll leave it at that. So yeah, come through horror fans. Show Reggie some love.
Have you guys met him?
Yeah, I've met him. I met him, God, years ago at it was a really local small horror con.
Did you get something signed?
Yeah, I got a Phantasm poster signed by him.
Very nice. Yeah, I never met him, but I got it in a mystery box. Like I think CPA did mystery boxes, and I got his autograph through that. But yeah,
Nice.
it's sad, but I'm glad that people are doing this for him as like a thank you for all the years that he's put in at conventions and everything like that. So.
hmm Yeah, I will say it was like his wishes too. Like he wanted to go home, so he's gonna, be able to sort of do it on his own terms and
Yeah, makes sense.
whatnot. So, yeah, our thoughts go out to him, and yeah, send him some letters, guys. And that's all I got for horror news this week. Alrighty, gentlemen, it is time now for What Watched. What you been watching this week?
well, continuing the Walking Dead watch through and finish the first part of season 4. So it's the governor coming back because he just can't let shit go. Governor, let it go, bro. Like Michonne beat your ass. You lost Woodbury. Just fucking deal with it, man. But no, governor has to find a new honey with a new young girl. That he's like, I'm gonna make her my daughter now, basically. And he finds another group, and he fucking is like, you know what? Fuck Rick. I'm going back after him, and it leads to fan favorite Herschel getting his fucking head cut off. But man, this half of the season was so fucking good. The governor's such a good villain. I said it last time I talked about this. The prison arc, all that stuff is just excellent TV, man. And now it started at 4.5, so now the group is like splintered off and they're all on their own. Shout out to Tyrese, man. That guy's a G. Like, he needs like a good friend of the year award or something because he takes the girls, like he just fucking gets a baby included, a freaking newborn practically, and he's just running around this big fucking yoked motherfucker taking care of these kids, and he's just a beast. They just met up with Carol again, which is nice, and yeah, dude, like I forgot how good these first seasons were. Seasons 1 through 4 are fucking amazing, and I'm fun. It's fun, man. It's nice watching it at my own pace and not being like week to week cliffhangers and all that stuff. So I'm having a lot of fun with it, and look forward to finishing this other half of the season and onwards.
Very nice. I'll go next. Steve, actually, do you want to talk about Starleaf, our
Um,
punishment movie?
No, but yes, I guess we have to.
Alrighty. Yeah, so Todd, of course, Steve and I lost the Super Bowl bet. And Todd picked a great movie for us by the name of Starleaf. This film is about I don't really know. But no, seriously, this movie, well, allegedly, is about a group of hikers going out into the woods. They find out about this like amazing weed out there. They go and smoke the weed, and from there they encounter aliens? Question mark slash war flashbacks and a whole bunch of random stuff kind of thrown in together. This movie's definitely low budget, for sure, but I would say it was like filmed good enough for like an indie low budget movie. But my God, this movie is terrible. Todd, you picked very well on this. I will say it like started off okay enough, like well, it started really weird, man, because like it opens with them like these two dudes like in Iraq, like like trying to shoot sniper like some terrorists or something like that, and then we randomly go to them like just driving like to go buy weed, and I'm like, where the fuck is this going to connect some way somehow? And ultimately it does, but man, yeah, man. I mean, the movie obviously like was trying to send like a message with like PTSD and the war, but like, man, it's just like the movie's just so fucking all over the place that it was just didn't execute it well at all. The execution was horrendous. You never get the aliens, man, for like a movie that said it was supposed to be about aliens. Like you get some glimpses of the aliens, and I will say they're pretty cool looking, but ultimately I don't even know if the aliens were ever really there or not. Like, and are the aliens trying to make this guy realize that he has PTSD or something? Like, I don't know, man. The movie made no fucking sense to me at all. It was confusing. It was a mess. The writing was atrocious on this movie. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I'm usually pretty, like, especially now that we're making a movie, like, I'm trying to be more forgiving on indie low budget movies, but holy shit, this was fucking terrible. And it does come down to the writing. It was fucking horrible writing. I gave it 1 star. And that's probably being generous.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on this. I think it started off well enough, like you said. They have the Afghanistan segment at the beginning with the sniper, and they go to this like commune where this like group is talking. It's like they're like weed dealers, and they have all these people there getting high. And he's like, "Oh, you want the Starleaf?" And of course, they give him like rules, like, "Okay, you can go to the woods, but make sure you don't like film anything, and make sure you don't take anything with you. You can smoke as much as you want when you're there, but don't take anything home with you." And fucking, of course, you know, as soon as they're in the woods, they pull out their fucking phone so they can TikTok it, and then the guy like steals a bunch of weed, and that's what really gets the story going. And yeah, I don't think there were aliens in this. I think the whole time it was just like the sheriff and the head of that like weed place fucking with them. And yeah, it delves into such a weird fucking place. The CGI is just garbage. The writing is the worst part of this. The dialogue is cringy as fucking hell. And they do. I watch a lot of bad shit on Tubi, and the thing that I hate about a lot of these movies is they pad the runtime with these absolutely pointless fucking conversations. Like every piece of conversation should lead to something. You could have like little lines here and there, like jokes or Easter eggs or whatever, but you can't have these fucking 10-minute scenes of them talking that has nothing to do with the plot at all. It's just basically adding 10 minutes to what already felt like a fucking long movie. So I also gave it 1 star, only because like it was well filmed, for what it was. And I was getting into it at the beginning. I thought it was an interesting-ish story, like nothing too new, but holy fuck, does it take a nosedive once they actually take the Starleaf.
Yeah, man, they should have just they should have just made it a fun movie about aliens, like like with weed aliens, and it would have been it would have been serviceable.
Yeah, and just don't like tell the audience if the aliens are real. Is it the weed or is it actually aliens protecting the weed? Like
Mm-hmm.
But no, it goes in such a weird place.
Yeah, it's like a weird comedy, but then it tries to get serious with like the PTSD, with the guy dealing with PTSD from the war. Yeah, it's weird, man.
Yep.
Excellent. Would you rather watch this or Danger Still?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good question. Uh, Probably Deadly Dilf. Yeah,
Or
at least that.
Deadly?
Yeah,
Even better, Deadly Still.
yeah, probably Deadly Dilf, just because at least like that had like a coherent plot.
I think I'm gonna do a sequel called Danger Still and just run with it.
Love it.
All right. Back to me or yeah. Okay, so I was able to pick up Deep Red from 1975 Dario Argento's for like $10 on eBay, like this really good copy from Arrow. I'm like, oh, cool. Never seen it before. Watched it movie night with the homies TJ and Brent, and I gotta say, man, like I guess maybe I'm just not a Dario fan. I don't like Suspiria. This one, uh, uh, this one's just lame. I hate the fucking characters. So we have this dude. Well, it starts with this psychic, right? She's on stage and they're holding some like psychic bullshit, and she's like, "There's a killer in this audience," and then someone gets up and leaves, and of course, nobody on stage remember what that fucking person even looks like. Even if it's a woman or a man, they don't fucking know. Like, really, you didn't fucking the only person left. You didn't see if they're, whatever. Who cares? So people start dying off, right? And now we're this one guy, this pianist, which I say pianist because he brings it up all the time. We don't give a fuck if you play the piano, dude. Do your little thing. He's investigating the murders for some fucking reason, not the cops. We see the cops for like 2 minutes, and then this pianist, because reminder, he says it all the time, takes over. He goes to like an abandoned mansion. He goes to a library and finds a book because the book can lead to something in the plot. I don't know because it's confusing. And then completely random. I have no idea why they did this because it's not like the female is a big character in this, like where she takes charge or anything. The dude, the pianist, arm wrestles her and she beats the fuck out of an arm wrestling, right? And then that's it. But he like dwells on it, but that girl never comes back in the story in any meaningful way. And I'm like, what was the fucking point of this? Just for us to hate this guy even more because he's a little bitch. So yeah, Deep Red, it's so highly ranked on Letterboxd 3.9. And I just don't know why, man. Maybe I just don't get it or it was over my head, but I did not care about the main guy at all. There's some fun kills in it, of course, but yeah, for being so highly regarded, it sure did not do it for me. So I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 because I did enjoy some of the kills, and of course the Italians have a great sense of light because they always fucking do crazy ass wonky lighting, and I love it. So Deep Red streaming on Shudder and Pluto for the streamers.
Alrighty. No Argento love for Todd. Sad.
Nah, I remember liking opera a lot, so
Mm.
I'm gonna rewatch that
Have
soon.
we ever done an Argento movie? We may need to do
I
one at
don't
some
think
point.
so.
Yeah, I think we're slacking. We
Maybe
need to do one at
Suspiria.
some
Did we
point.
do Suspiria?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Remake's good though. I would recommend it. Actually, I think we're talking about doing that, right? At some point, maybe.
one day. Yeah.
One day.
That's like 7 hours for 2 movies, man.
Yeah. All right. My last one tonight is the Martyrs remake from 2015. This is, of course, is the American remake that Blumhouse decided to make for whatever reason. Yeah, man. I decided to watch this because we were doing Martyrs last week. Unfortunately, I came down sick and I wasn't able to be on the show, so I wanted to talk about this one. Yeah, man. This movie, I had heard bad things about it and I just kind of avoided it because of that. And yeah, I mean, after watching it, I agree. It's just a bad remake. What made the original Martyrs so great was just how raw and sort of visceral like the whole experience was. But this movie just takes all of those aspects and just like completely dulls it down, like like all of the brutality is sort of stripped away. There's a couple of moments, but for the most part, it just doesn't hit like the same way at all. Even like the sort of, vision she has in the beginning, the sort of demon thing she sees sort of becomes like a typical like cliche horror movie sort of character she sees. And it's just, yeah, man, it's just nothing to me was really working for this. I even felt the performances were sort of uninspired in this one as well. The whole movie to me just, I mean, it felt soulless. It just felt like a soulless remake at the end of the day. Like there just wasn't anything there. It followed pretty much the same beats, it was almost like a shot for shot remake for a lot of it. And then about once they hit that sort of reveal where she finds the room, it sort of completely takes a turn, and sort of changes everything up from there on out. And they even changed the ending, which wasn't even good. Like it was a terrible ending as well. It was almost laughable, honestly. So yeah, man, I cannot recommend this. It's not a decent remake. It's a terrible remake. I give it 1.5 out of 5. And I don't know if you guys mentioned, but I gave the original Martyrs a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I actually didn't hate the Martyrs remake as much as you did.
Okay.
I gave it a 3.
Wow.
But if you're gonna pick one of the two, I mean, absolutely, I think pick the original French film because yeah, the whole third act is different, and I can't like the American remake. Like I was telling Todd, it's just yeah, it didn't. It's just a typical revenge film, Nothing special about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my last film this week is a 2023 film that I watched over on VOD, and that is Baghead. So Baghead is about a guy who owns like a bar, well, more like a pub, and he has this like demon woman that lives in the wall in the basement, and she has some kind of weird thing with her, but you're not really sure what it is, and he dies trying to deal with her, trying to get rid of her. So in his inheritance, his daughter, which he hadn't spoken to in years, inherits the pub, and she's told to sell it because she can't handle the demon inside. But she watches the video that her dad had left her, like instructions on how to deal with this demon. So she decides to try it out for herself. And it turns out that when you summon the demon and you give the demon an item, the demon consumes the item, and the demon can become that person for 2 minutes. So it can bring people back from the dead for 2 minutes, basically, when they remove the bag, like it's that person's face. However,
wait. You have to give the demon
like a
the dead person's property,
like a possession, yeah, like a ring or something. They eat it, and then you take off the bag, and it's like that person. But the twist is after 2 minutes, the demon takes over the mind, even though it's still that person's face, and they start like saying really bad shit, and they also know like kind of the dark secrets of that person, so they start like just saying some really bad stuff, and it's pretty interesting. And that's kind of the film, is them figuring out the demon and trying to contact like people from the dead, and this guy comes in, he wants to contact his wife, and that's a whole thing, kind of giving me like a mix of Talk to Me / Oddity vibes. It has the Oddity kind of feel to it, and the Talk to Me, like how it's like one-on-one with a dead person. I thought the concept was really, really cool. I like really loved exploring the lore behind this demon, what it could do, like how what it, like the reaction of the dead people when they wake up and it's actually them, and they're like confused, like why am I here, like what's happening, because they don't know they're dead. And yeah, it's really interesting. I did unfortunately find the acting a bit stale. I wasn't connecting with the characters, even though I was like liking the writing and liking the story. The performances were just like lacking a little bit with me. I absolutely love the ending though. They just needed to tighten the film a little bit, in my opinion, to make it something really special. But if you have access to this film, I would actually recommend it, especially if you like Talk to Me and Oddity, because it has those vibes. So yeah, if you like creep and dark films, I recommend it. I gave 3.5 stars. So that's Baghead, which I think is only on VOD right now, unless it's somewhere in the US.
Nice. All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. And now it is time, Todd. Bust out the books and give us those trivia scores for this week.
Still a light book. Don't need to huff and puff to get it on the table here. We got Steve and Joe tied it in first place, with 9 apiece, and myself trailing with 7. Quarter number 1, trivia 2025. Who would like to lead off today?
I'll go.
Oh, big daddy alert.
So all of the questions tonight are Beyond the Black Rainbow related.
Are you seriously?
No. Are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck.
No, it's just regular, like Random shit.
I like it.
So the first one is guess the movie based off the IMDb parental guide. However, I'm gonna go in reverse this time because the sex and nudity and stuff are the giveaways. So
Oh.
I'll go starting with frightening and intense scenes. This movie, since it is a horror movie, is gory, violent, creepy, and intense.
Naturally.
What most horror movies, yeah. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. In one of the segments, a group of young men and women get drunk and briefly snort cocaine.
Happens. It happens. But get ahead of it.
Profanity. Some very bad people use racial slurs twice.
Twice. Oh.
Violence
That's the
and
key.
gore. This is where it starts getting revealing.
All right.
A man tries to escape a zombie chasing him and falls down the stairs and breaks his leg in the process before the zombie manages to corner and kill him. Not very graphic, but very intense. And finally, sex and nudity.
Oh, both.
It is implied a woman begins performing oral sex on her male victim against his will. While nothing is shown, the sounds can be heard, and he is also crying during the sequence. He is unable to achieve an erection, and she becomes upset and angry.
Oh, it's
Sounds
a
familiar.
Chronicle.
Wrong.
Ah, he gets a BJ in that when something happens. Dang it.
That sounds familiar.
I'm sure you both
Sounds
seen
like your normal Friday night.
Hmm. So it's a zombie movie.
it. If
Wait,
you listen to
oh
some
my
of
gosh,
the
why did I say Chronicle? That's zero zombies.
yeah, it's some of the clues have narrowed down
We
significantly.
we got some coke, we got some racism, we got some BJs, forced
Mhm.
BJs, rape.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
and
feel
a
like the
zombie.
forced BJ should definitely give
Forced
it
BJ
away.
should definitely be out
It
there.
should be that should be an unforgettable
You,
scene.
you guys want a hint?
Sure.
I'm not even.
We covered it.
It's not even a hint. I'm just gonna reread alcohol, drugs, and smoking because
Okay.
you guys missed a key element here.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
In one of the segments, a group of young men
Oh.
and women get drunk and briefly snort cocaine.
Okay. So it's an anthology.
Nope, that is wrong.
Is it
I can't
is it
think.
that well, I
Hmm.
already had my guess, so it's Joe's turn.
I don't know.
Is it,
VHS.
Yeah, go ahead.
ooh, is it Two Evil Eyes?
Wrong. Joe, you want to guess before I reveal it?
VHS?
Correct.
No.
Oh, he said it. He said it earlier.
Oh, okay.
I
I
did-
didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't
Nice.
remember that at all.
Yeah, the first
Is
scene.
it the
you know?
first one? Yeah, I was
you
like the
like me?
stripper scene.
I like
Yeah,
you,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the one where she goes crazy in the hotel room.
Yeah. Hannah
She, like-
Fearman,
yeah, that's right.
director
Oh,
of
I
the
thought
movie.
They raped her in that. It wasn't. No.
Director of the movie that I'm in that may
It's coming out soon.
That's coming out soon.
According to Damien Buffet.
That we filmed like 5 years ago and still
That's
waiting on.
nuts.
All right, I'll go next. A shout out this week to the Smoking Dog Man over on Discord. Do you
Cool
guys
guy.
you guys know his name? His
Corey.
Yeah, it's
Corey.
Corey. We
All right.
played. We just
You guys
played,
played
mini golf with him.
mini golf with them. Awesome. So shout out to him, to Corey. He sent me trivia questions for this week. So all of the trivia questions will be from Corey this week.
Nice.
All right. Question number 1. In the movie Misery,
Yep.
what blunt object does Paul Sheldon use to deliver the fatal blow against Annie Wilkes?
Is it 2x4?
Incorrect.
Blunt object. Annie Wilkes. He.
Oh, one more
shoves-
guess after.
Is it a penguin statue?
It's
Incorrect.
It's a size. It's the size of a fucking.
It's still a blunt object.
Is it the typewriter?
It is not the typewriter.
good
Really?
The typewriter was used, but was not the
Hold
fatal
on.
blow.
I want what the manuscript?
Incorrect.
He shoves that in her mouth, though. I know for sure.
But
Anyway.
no, he burns it because it's
He shoves it
like,
in her mouth too, though.
Does
He's
he?
like, "You want to fucking read my
Uh-huh.
book or some shit?" What is it?
I wouldn't have got this myself. I don't remember this because I would have said the typewriter myself. But it was a pig doorstop / statue.
Oh, interesting.
Well, we also would have accepted.
She did, if you remember, she
penguin figurine, but
did have a pet pig. So
Yes, yeah, I don't remember that.
yes. Hmm.
All right. We are going
And
to do.
and
Oh,
for those of you, we are reviewing the monkey next week.
oh,
There is a Misery Easter egg
Oh, a
in
big one.
the monkey.
interesting.
Yes.
I will report back if I find it. Okay. We'll do some IMDb basic knowledge as well as some parents guide. Okay. First up, we'll do the parent guide. Sex and nudity. None. A couple of jokes,
Boo.
but
Come on,
nothing too bad though. And we're going to go down to frightening and intense scenes. You see the blank 3 times, but only for a split second. It's enough to see the blank and freak people out. Although the screenwriter has said that that is not the blank, but someone else, but it's still frightening. Alcohol, drug, and smoking, mild profanity, severe. We're going up to violence now. A woman walks across a river and cuts her foot on a rock. The bloody wound is shown, but it's not too graphic. All right.
Thank
Let's
you.
get some, yeah, welcome. Let's do some IMDb information. Runtime, hour 29, rated R, starring James Allen McCune, Callie Hernandez, Corbin Reed, Brandon Scott, and Wes Robinson. Directed by Adam Wingard. Written
Oh.
by
Ooh,
Simon
Adam Wingard. All right.
Barrett.
Hmm.
That's all you get.
I know.
Adam, yeah, he's definitely done
Well,
something.
he's done all the latest like Godzilla Kong movies.
Okay. Yeah, so
Um,
it's a pretty current movie then.
Yeah, it's got to
All
be
right,
in the last.
give you some couple more kills here. A man is crushed by a tree, and it's implied he is killed. A man is stabbed in the neck, some blood, but very brief. The 2 main characters are killed at the end of the film. Their deaths are off screen, but very sudden and shocking. And they talk about the girl cutting her foot in the river again. A woman falls out of a tree from a very high height. Then we see her body being dragged.
Is it Blair Witch?
It is Blair Witch. Good job.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. He did that.
Yeah, it came to me when I was like, yeah, he directed that, didn't he?
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Oh,
All right.
back to you. Oh,
So yeah.
never
So guess the movie based off the IMDb information and a little bit of Letterboxd in here.
okay, a little spice.
So I'm going to start with the scores. The rating on Letterboxd from the general public is 3.5 out of 5. The ratings from just my friends is 4.
Okay.
The Metascore is 64, and the IMDb score is 6.8.
Okay, so solid.
Yeah, it had a budget of $6 million, and it made worldwide $57 million.
Very nice.
Smash hit.
Subgenre: dark comedy and splatter horror.
Oh, I like that.
Cast: you have Henry Czerny, Mark
course.
O'Brien,
Love him.
Andy McDowell,
Oh,
Andy McDowell, you said?
yeah,
Groundhog Day fame.
and Adam Brody. I am neglecting the star of the film, who would be a dead giveaway.
Brody.
The Frighteners.
Wrong.
Shit.
Excellent.
She's in The Frighteners though, right?
You said
I believe
Adam
so.
Brody, right?
Adam Brody. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Not Adrian.
not Adrian. Yeah.
Adrian. I was thinking Adrian. Oh, is that it?
No. Yeah, that was it.
Okay. Adam Brody, he was in Ready or Not.
Correct.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I admitted
Oh, that's right.
Samara Weaving.
She was in that movie. Yeah.
I was
just watched
thinking
that.
fucking his brother. Are they related?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm gonna call him his brother. I was thinking his brother.
Yeah.
He wasn't in like The Jacket, which I've never seen, and then Son of Sam, which is really good.
Adrian Brody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy in Predators, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. He's probably going to win Best Actor this year at the Oscars. Well, he's
For
the
what?
favorite, I think,
For
for
what
the Brutalist
Yeah, it could also be Ralph Fiennes.
or
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
I wouldn't.
From
Yeah,
that fucking
I wouldn't bet
Bob
on
Dylan
it.
movie.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Brutalist just does not sound appealing to me at
Is that
all.
the like 5-hour one?
Like it's like super
it's-
long.
It's 4
What's it
hours and
about?
it's about like an architect. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck that.
like yeah. I mean, granted, it has to do with like he comes over like during, I think, like right after World War II or during World War II, and he's Jewish and like he deals with like the racism and stuff like that. It's based on a true story, but like, yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of like the brutalist architecture movement. It was like a big thing, but
Pass.
it sounds boring as fuck.
I want to see
honestly.
Conclave though. That looks really
It's
cool.
good.
Conclave was good.
I
Yeah.
liked it. Yeah.
I liked it too. Hmm.
Which we're kind of living that time right now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
We
unfortunately,
very might. Yeah, very soon.
well, Pope Francis not doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go next. Are you guys X-Files fans by chance?
Yes.
Yeah, I love X-Files.
All right. Well, let's see if you can guess this one. What is the name of the fictional brand of cigarettes shown in movies and shows such as the X-Files? So apparently this is
Oh,
in
it's
multiple movies and
Apple?
TV shows. I didn't read the whole question, right?
Okay. Is
Huh.
it Apple?
It is not Apple cigarettes.
no idea.
My second. Is you have another hint, or is that?
No, that's the
Okay.
question he gave.
I'm gonna say Camel.
It's not Camel.
Camel's real.
Is it?
Mhm.
I
Yes.
thought that
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
the
a real
actual
brand.
name of the brand. Okay.
No, Camel's real
No,
cigarettes.
that's
Okay.
real,
Joe Camel.
yeah. Uh,
Begins with an.
Rabbit.
I'll give you a big hint, I guess, if you know it. It begins with an M.
M?
Yeah, I was thinking Marlboro, but it's not.
That's real
Obviously,
too,
that's
yeah.
a real too. Yeah.
Let's see. McMaster's. Sounds cool.
Yeah, it does sound
Yeah.
cool.
It does.
I'm gonna start my own
Mouth
McMaster's cigarette brand.
cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably won't get this one, guys. It is Morley. Morley
Morley.
cigarettes. Yes.
Hey Corey, please send me a DM with these so I can add them to the book, please. After the show, of course.
Nice.
Which there's no other way, so never mind.
Right.
Moving on. Well, a lot of tangents tonight. Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. A movie we watched, and I might have asked already, so be it. What's the name of the toy factory that Harry works at in Christmas Evil?
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
Fuck yeah, you did.
I feel like you did on the
Yeah.
actual episode, but
Maybe, yeah.
it's a great question.
Which we will be remaking. You heard it here.
Mm.
We're not going to remake it because it's owned by somebody. So-
Yes. A loose interpretation adaptation, though. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Swap a few things around here and
the-
there.
The toy factory. I don't remember.
Incorrect.
Yeah, I can't remember.
All right.
It's a good one. It's
If
a
you
good
can give me
name.
if you give me the first name, I will give you. It's a two-parter.
Oh,
I will
yes.
give you the second. You have to give me the first. The
Okay.
second word is dream. What is the
Ooh.
first word?
Dream. The second word is dream, huh?
Second word is dream. So blank dream.
I definitely wouldn't have gotten that.
It's not wet dream, so don't go there.
Oh.
Tangerine Dream.
Close.
Fun
Fun
dream.
dream. I like where you're going with it, but no. Steve. Nothing?
No,
Tangerine?
no,
All right.
no.
Correct answer is Jolly Dream.
Yes.
Jolly Dream, where little Harry makes little fucking trains.
does
and
he
gets
make?
punked constantly?
What does come out of there? Trucks?
Yeah, you got trains, you
Yeah.
got planes, you got
Automobiles?
there you go.
All right.
Reference.
Guess the movie based off the Letterboxd reviews.
Sweet.
All right.
Of course, our Letterboxd
Oh, no.
reviews.
Ah, love it.
So guaranteed that we've all seen it. First one. This was a wild ride. Great lead performance, amazing visuals, and a movie that is extremely layered.
Sounds like mine.
Correct. Second one. This was an unexpected delight.
Oh,
My friends
yours.
all regarded it highly, so I decided to check it out. They were right. This movie is really good. A great score, fantastic acting, constant twists and turns.
Oh,
I love how they don't hold back on their crazy ideas, which gives the entire movie a gritty feel. There was also a surprising amount of emotion displayed throughout. My only complaint is the middle felt a bit long, and I have a hard time believing she could tape herself that flat given the circumstances, but all in all, a must-see movie.
Titan.
Correct.
nah.
Such a good movie, man.
Great
It is.
movie. Yeah.
Love it. All right.
Back
Joseph.
to me.
Yep.
All right. Final one. Which real life paranormal investigator makes a cameo appearance in The Conjuring?
Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, Elizabeth Warren?
that'd be awesome.
Wow. She's a paranormal
I'm gonna go
investigator?
Zach Baggins.
Is
just
she?
because.
Is she not?
No, Elizabeth Warren is a politician from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? Then?
You're thinking of the right person.
You're thinking of Lorraine Warren.
Oh,
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
We'll give it to you, Todd. We'll give
Oh,
it to
Yeah,
thanks.
it's fine.
Okay, that's what I
That's
thought.
you.
That's hilarious, dude. Where's she a politician out of? 'Cause-
Massachusetts, yeah.
oh,
She's
okay, you
like
said
she's
that.
like a
Okay.
state senator, yeah.
That'd be a cool little fucking side hustle for her.
Yeah, right.
All right. Final one here. Okay. In what supernatural film will you find the family named the Earlys? The
Oh,
Earlys.
supernatural film you said?
Yes, a film we've all watched.
Interesting. The
The
Earlies.
Earlys.
Hmm. This is a popular movie?
Yeah, I would say it's fairly popular, yes.
Yes. Hmm.
Frighteners?
Frighteners is incorrect.
Hmm. Can you
The
give us a decade?
Earlys. I will give you the 90s.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
13 Ghosts.
Incorrect. Let's get some more hits here.
It's in 2001.
Yeah, probably might have been.
Is that? Yeah.
I feel that
let's
has a
see.
90s movie feel though.
It does.
It does. Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, 90s supernatural film. You'll find the family, the Earlys. I will say that it is not a United States or North American film.
No. So it's a
Oh,
foreign
my.
film, eh?
The Earlys.
Hmm.
Going once.
We watched this. We
We wa-
reviewed it?
We've all
Did we-
watched it. I'm not going to
Oh,
give you any more hints
okay.
than that. We've all watched it.
Okay. I got nothing.
Going twice.
I got nothing either.
Sold. It's Ghost Watch 1992.
Oh.
We just got
Yeah,
shit.
just watched
That
it.
would have been too easy if I said that. All right.
I don't remember that last name even ever being uttered
There
in the movie.
it is.
Yeah.
Remember that prick fucking reporter with the Chicago Bears?
Oh my
Yes.
God. Yeah.
For some reason. All right. Oh, Steve with the goose tonight.
Oh no.
And Joe with 2, me with the bigger night with 3, which brings us to Joe in a lead with 11, myself second place, 10, Steve with 9 for
Oh.
quarter number 1,
Still
2025.
anyone? Very close.
Yeah,
very
Very
tight.
close. Neck and neck.
Mhm. Nice. Alrighty, thank you, gentlemen. And now it is time for our main event of the evening, 2010's Beyond the Black Rainbow, directed by Panos Cosmatos, starring Eva Bourne, Michael J. Rollins, Scott Hylands, and Marilyn Norrie. Plot: despite being under heavy sedation, a young woman tries to make her way out of the Arboria Institute, a secluded, quasi-futuristic commune. Sounds as confusing as the movie might be. Todd, this might be the most interesting movie you will ever have to go more in depth, because I'm not 100% sure you really can. But let's see what I'm very interested to see what you have up your sleeve on this one.
I watched the film, and I don't think this is going to make too. No, it's okay. So we open. Ominous music's playing, dudes. 1983 appears on the screen. No, it's not Taylor Swift. I don't think if that's her fucking title. No, close enough. You know what I was going for with that joke.
Is it? Maybe it is she. Yeah, actually,
Something
she
like
may
that.
have been born in 1980. No,
Well, no.
1989. 1989.
Oh, that's the record. Okay, never
Yes.
mind. The joke, I'm going to leave it in there, Steve. We all make mistakes. Heavy breathing is heard as a VHS tape goes into the VCR, and this psychedelic little fucking video plays with this hippie doctor. He's got a fucking mushroom looking haircut, right? He's talking about the dream of people being happy and how at his institute called Arboria, they can help you because we just want people to be happy and loved, right? So fast forward a little bit. We go to this facility in question, Arboria, and we meet this dickhead fucking doctor and his favorite test subject, Elena. So this young girl's in there. She's held against her will. This fucking asshole doctor is like constantly like looking at her and talking and shit. And he's creepy as fuck. And he's like got his weird ass little shit going on. So we follow along with Elena, and we learn that she kind of has powers, dudes. Kind of like Carrie kind of little powers going on. And then we follow previously mentioned dickhead doctor as he's trying to fucking prevent her from escaping his little love shack fucking research facility, wherever the fuck it is. We also learned too that he was also a patient or guest at this facility once upon a time, and the main doctor is still kept in another room, and he consults him. And meanwhile, we as a viewer see lots of straight edges, lots of hallways, lots of different colored lights, and we see geometric shapes and patterns, and you follow the doctor as he's just fucking geeking out talking to this girl. First of all, thank you for suggesting this film. I never would have watched it without the suggestion. However, I struggled with this one, man. I'll be honest. I can appreciate a slow movie, but this one was just all over the. It reminded me of something that you would see someone that thinks they're very artistic making a film and just throwing up weird angles and weird lights just to have it. And the acting wasn't great. The guy, the main doctor who we follow along, I didn't think he was carrying it or had the chops to carry the film. And I just ultimately didn't really care what happened in this film because it was just the same shot. And everything's slow from the characters' movements to the dialogue to the fucking camera work. We'll see a character walking, and then you'll glance at something else. You look back, she's moved 2 steps forward, and you're like, all right, look away, look back, 3 steps forward. It's like, oh my God, get to the fucking point. So Black Rainbow overall wasn't for me, but interested in seeing what you guys have to say about it.
I same would have probably never watched this. I mean, I had heard some things about it because obviously Pasmos went on to make Mandy, which ended up becoming a pretty big hit for him. Although I wasn't a huge fan of Mandy. I know a lot of people really love that one. So I was definitely interested to see sort of what he came. I believe this was his first movie he ever directed. And I'll say it's definitely a well-made film. Like, it's very well made. The lighting in it is quite amazing. Like, I loved all the lighting in it. The synth score was pretty cool, very sort of Carpenter-esque-ish, very like 70s, 80s synth, which I thought was really cool. The atmosphere in it is really cool and interesting and whatnot. But man, I just could not get down with this movie. And I feel like this is the type of movie I would probably usually enjoy, because I'm all for sort of slow burns and like artistic approaches to movies and stuff like that. But man, this movie moved at an absolute snail's pace that I just could not get on board with it, man. Like, I had to take multiple breaks while watching it, which is not what you want to do when sitting down to watch a movie. But I just can my mind wandered so much while trying to watch this movie. I just could not focus on it. I think it was deliberate. Like, I think he deliberately, obviously was trying to make it like slow and trying to make it an experience and stuff. But man, like, to me, it just didn't feel like sort of like a coherent movie. To me, it felt like watching like set pieces of like art display. Like, I in my Letterboxd review, I said, it almost felt like watching a art installation. It felt like going from like, one scene, you're sitting there watching it and you're watching these beautiful lights and stuff. But like, as a coherent story, like, I couldn't jive with it. Yeah, man, this unfortunately wasn't for me. However, like, it's a movie I also won't forget. Like, so I guess, I mean, that's definitely saying something. And I respect it, but I just didn't like it.
Yeah, so this is something I probably would have watched because my cousin is the one who, paid for the review, and he's been talking to me about it for a while. But I'm kind of in the same boat with you guys. I just didn't really jive with it at all. There are some things I liked about it. There was some interesting imagery at times. Like the main dude becomes like an ink monster at one point. I liked his little bald look with the green eyes. I thought he looked like a fucking budget Christian Bale, and that's all I could think about the whole fucking movie. I was like, it was cool that there was zombie in it, and I wish we had more of the zombie. I thought the zombie look was actually really good. And my favorite part of it is actually the score. I love the haunting synthetic score that this movie had. I thought it was really creepy and set the tone really well and was off-putting in a way that was interesting. And you match that with the like the sound effects that would, like, sometimes it would just be like I wouldn't say a cowbell because not a cowbell, but like a triangle or something that someone kept just hitting once. And yeah, it was just like kind of out there experience. Now, movie is probably better if you're high or something, which I personally don't do. But yeah, this is really something else. And unfortunately, it was too long. It took me 3 shots. I had to watch it. Like, I fell asleep the first 2 times, and then when I did actually go through it, I kept falling asleep and having to like rewind it 10 minutes to like get back to it because I'm writing notes for it. But glad I watched it. But yeah, it's definitely not a movie I loved.
Yeah, you say budget Christian Bale. I say he looked like a Harkonnen from the Dune movies.
Yeah.
At the end, I was like,
At the end,
wow,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just not my movie, and it's like kind of giving it an injustice because I don't like the overly artsy stuff, and I felt like this one was obviously trying very hard to be that, that side of the films. But positives, I agree with you guys. The music was fucking cool and the lighting was fine, but like it just never changed, man. If you're gonna be that slow, you got to give me some good visuals, and a lot of the time the visuals were exactly the same because the movie moves so slowly that they never changed. And you mentioned like rewinding, 10 minutes to see what happened. Nothing happened. The character is in the same spot 10 minutes after 10 minutes passed. So yeah, it's just I find it's slightly livelier than Skinamarink. That's how boring this was
Right.
to me.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it moved. If you're going to compare a movie, I would say I would compare it to Skin, like the way it just kind of just
just goes.
it just dredges along, man, at just such a pace that, yeah, man, like, I don't know. Like, oddly, I think I found Skinamarink a little more interesting. Like, at the end, it's weird. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why, but just sort of, barely, I mean, I don't want to watch either movie again, really. But like this one, like I just like I don't know, like I didn't understand like anything that was happening in this movie. Like I even the dialogue I couldn't really follow just because it was moving so slow. I'm like, why was he bald? Like why did he take his hair out? Was he an alien or something? Like I don't
So
know.
you
Can you
didn't
guys
understand. I You didn't understand where he said, "Bring home the motherlode berry." I
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" But I don't know. Steve, do you know why he's
Yeah,
ink monstering it up?
I think the facility is basically like Professor X's, school for gifted mutants, right?
Okay, sure.
It's
Yeah.
basically like a place where
If you say so.
they try to unlock your powers, and I think he was someone who had powers and
Okay.
then became leader of the facility.
But he was
And
his power is ink monster.
oh no, he had like Darth Vader like choke powers,
Oh,
right?
did he? I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that at the end. Something I found interesting and probably my favorite part of the movie, which not saying much, but is when she escapes.
Hmm.
Everything at the beginning of the film for like the first whatever fucking 2 acts and a half is very deliberate and like has a very like specific like style and a specific order and geometry and everything like that. Whereas when she starts escaping, the facility gets less and less mysterious and more like a normal facility. She goes to the break room at one point. It's just like a normal fucking break room you would find in any job site.
Hmm.
She escapes the facility. It's like this weird, like kind of pyramid in the middle of nowhere. And I like that. It was like undressing like how very like controlled that he was, and that was his whole thing, right? It was control over this woman and control over his experiments. And I thought that was all cool. Now, if we compare it to Skinamarink, I'd rather watch this fucking 5 times upside down hanging by my balls than watch Skinamarink one more time. But yeah, it just had at least something to look at, whereas the other one didn't. So yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the slasher stuff at the very end where he
Well, yeah, that's
kills
where I
some
was.
stoners.
It does get in. Yeah, well, that's like I don't know. Like I feel like it was just really out of place, right? Because the whole movie like has this sort of vibe going for it, and then we escape, and I don't know, man. Like I don't know if it was even necessary for her to escape. I guess like so it would turn into a semi slasher movie with a couple of those cool kills, but I didn't love like the whole sort of stoner. It just felt like really out of place from the
It's
whole
very
movie.
jarring.
To me, it just like killed the vibe that it was going for, and I don't. I thought it was a really bizarre choice, although it was probably the coolest part of the movie.
Yeah, it was very jarring though. Like the
Yeah,
dialogue switched from pretentious to just goofball. Um,
right.
but I did
Uh,
like it for the kills. Go. See.
I do have a question for you. It's more for you, Todd, because Joe, you missed that episode. But
Yeah.
what was a dumber death? Him tripping over on himself
Oh
and hitting the
gosh.
rock, or the kid in
World War
World
Z?
War Z who fucking like shoots himself coming
Well,
out of the fucking helicopter
I
or
wrote that
plane?
down. I said the dude just fucking dies. Like, did she cause that, or did he just fall like a loser and
That's what you have to figure
bash
out.
his head in? I
Yeah.
guess. I think no. I think World War Z is funnier just because all of humanity rests on this guy's shoulders and he fucking dies. But yeah, that what a fucking loser this Barry guy is, man. He fucking shaves his hair, looks like a weirdo, and then just dies. Like, you suck, Barry.
Mhm.
What do you guys think of like the Power Ranger suit that has like a kind of weird dead doll, baby doll face when it's unzipped? And do you think that was just like another creature in this facility, just like the zombie
I
was?
like Joe's thought
You guys
process.
are like, what are you
He's
talking
like,
about?
what? I don't remember.
I don't. I do remember that now that you mention it, but man, I totally blacked that out. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I blacked most of this movie out like already, man. Like I just like it was complete. Like this movie to me was just in one ear and out the other, like almost instantly.
Background
Just because,
noise.
man, I just like yeah, it really felt like it. Like I just could not like I would watch 10 minutes and then I was like, all right, I need to go like on my phone and just kind of scroll like to get out of this fucking just mundane likeness of the movie like just so I can focus again and like I had to do that like 4 or 5 times, man. Like it just if you have to do that while watching a movie, like I don't even know, think I had to do that as much with Skinamarink, and that's saying a lot. So I don't I mean there yeah I can't say much about it because just like I could not like I could not like pay attention. Like even like I remember like the scene with him going that I think I remember the most obviously is the stoner scene, and then him going in with that other dude, that old dude, in that conversation. But other than that, like everything else just felt like completely and utterly just forgettable.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. It's yeah. I waste of time, honestly. It's just not good. And how long was this movie? Because it felt like fucking
Oh,
9
felt,
It's
hours.
almost
felt
2
like
hours.
forever.
Yeah.
It was,
An hour,
it was like an
and
hour
50.
40, but
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
yeah,
gosh. You
it
feel
felt like-
every minute of that.
yeah, absolutely. Did you see Outwaters, Todd?
No, it's on my to
No,
watch
no,
list.
no.
Outwaters is better than this. Barely.
Well, I think Skimmer's better than this, honestly. I think I give Skimmer a 2.5 or something.
I
But-
gave it a fucking negative.
Should get a negative. Are we
I mean,
done?
but
I mean, what else to talk
you
about?
can, I mean, you can see like where Posmos, like, I could see why someone gave him money though, right, to go and do Mandy, because I like this
He's
movie's like
confident.
this movie's interesting, like it's very competently made. Like we didn't like it and we didn't gel with it, but like I said, I think it is. It's weird, man. I respect this movie. Like I respect the filmmaker who made it. I just hated the movie.
Yeah, and there's an audience for this. There definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
there is.
just. I mean, someone recommended it to us, so there's got to be
Yeah,
hundreds
he
of
loved
people
it,
like that
right?
loved it.
Yeah, it was like it was high.
It was
on
in
this,
his
like-
top. I was gonna say I remember it being in his top 10 because I remember us talking about it when this came
Yeah,
out. It was best of his decade. It must have been his best of the decade list then.
it must have been.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it's 2010. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel the same way about the Skinamarink director. Even though I think it's the worst movie ever made. I
Wow.
super respect the director for having made it because it was
Yeah.
something different. It resonated with people, and I'm happy that he's getting like new work and stuff like that. And it's kind of the same way with this. Like, I respect the director for doing something so different, but it just wasn't for me. And ironically, I don't know if you know this, but the reason this movie got made is based off the royalties for Tombstone, because his dad
Tombstone?
directed Tombstone and passed
Interesting.
away, and he got the royalties for
No
it
way.
and made this movie out of that
Interesting.
royalty check. Yeah.
Like Tombstone, like
yeah,
Doc
Tombstone,
Holliday.
yeah,
did?
93 Tombstone. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That
right?
movie produced this.
Yep. So,
Such a weird connection.
I
It's a
know.
weird connection.
Ugh.
What happens to this girl at the end? I guess she just goes and lives her life. She becomes.
Guess.
I feel like this is like a extended episode of the X Files.
It's kind of like if you really think about it, Steve. It's kind of almost like Stranger Things. Like,
It is. Yeah.
It's
She
very-
meets a nice. She meets a
it's-
nice sheriff in the
Yeah.
woods.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Meets a guy. and falls in love.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is in a way.
Yeah.
Like
Did the
Maybe
Duffer
Stranger Things,
Brothers
maybe,
steal
yeah.
this?
Strange Things ripped us off when you think about it.
That Cosmo should sue.
Imagine that happens. That'd be nuts.
All right. I think that's about it. I mean, there's really not a lot to talk about this movie, man. Like, it's just so bizarre. I think it's weird, man. Like, I feel like a lot of people probably want to go and watch this after,
Oh,
but well,
maybe.
I don't know. Let's get into rating it. I'll start us off. Yeah, man. I just could not jive with this movie at all. But like I said, I mean, it's not like a terrible movie where like Starleaf is that we talked about earlier, where it's and it's weird because I'm rating this exactly the same as Starleaf, 1 star, just because man, it's just the fucking just mundaneness of it all, just like wanted it just put me to sleep. However, like, but it is a very well made movie, so like, I mean, I give it a 1 star, but like once again, like I do respect like how it was made and stuff about it, but man, I just cannot recommend this movie. 1 star.
Yeah, I'm at a 1 too. That's a generous one, and yeah, it's just I don't recommend it unless you fucking thought Skinamarink was fucking awesome. Then I
Yeah.
think you'll like this for sure. But if you're on the fence or you're on the side saying Skinamarink had some cool ideas, but overall was dumb, then I think you're gonna think the same thing as this movie. So one out of five.
So this is a 3-star film
No way.
between the
No.
three of us,
Yeah.
because I also give it 1 star. Yeah, I respect it. It's one, like Joe said, I'm probably going to think about this for a little while. It just wasn't for me. I'm not the audience for. I like a cohesive and coherent story. I do like some abstract stuff, like Mad God. I put my questions of the week in the Discord all the time. I'm fucking struggling with this one because I have no idea what to ask because the movie's so fucking weird. But like, there are some movies, like I said, Mad God was one of them. Moon Garden was one of them that was better than this, and there are good examples. But this one, I was just, God, it was boring me to death. But at least there was stuff to look at. So 1 star.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to do 3 trivia questions from each movie I watch, and I only managed 1 out of this. It was so fucking boring. So,
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're like, man, if you're like really into like art, like, like abstract art, I think there's something you could really take from this and love. But yeah, not for us. However, let's see what our friends at Letterboxd have to say. Gentlemen, we seem to be very low on this, according to the Letterboxd average of a 3.3 out of 5
Wow.
over on
The
Letterboxd.
average is better than our aggregate score.
Right, yes.
Or a fucking
Yeah.
line score.
So apparently there obviously is an audience for this, and quite a lot of people really enjoyed this movie. So yeah, man, I would say go and watch Mandy. If you want to watch a Panos Cosmatos movie, Mandy, I think, is leaps and bounds better than this movie. And I didn't even like Mandy that much, but Mandy, if you're gonna watch one of his movies, go watch that one. And I don't know, I assume he's gonna do something else after Mandy, because he could be an up and coming director. We could see he has very, very like sort of like Lovecraft sort of stuff going on with that, like after Mandy and stuff. So, and especially with the lighting and stuff, I feel like he's kind of heading in that direction. I think I would love to see him do some sort of like Lovecraft style type movie because I think that would kind of be right in his wheelhouse. But
So
yeah,
he actually, the only other thing he did other than this and Mandy is he did an episode of Cabinet of Curiosities from Guillermo del Toro.
okay.
So, I mean, yeah.
you
he's
know which
working.
one he did? Because I just watched an episode the other day.
It doesn't say, it just says in one of the episodes was his, but it didn't specify.
I think he did. I want to say he did the first episode because I
Possible.
watched it, but I can't. I could be wrong. I'm trying to see if he has anything going in the current like works here.
Yeah, he has one called Flesh of the Gods.
Okay.
He wrote another one, but that's the one that he seems to be actually making himself. So
Yeah, it hasn't listed as a movie in pre-production that he's going to direct called Necrocosm.
yeah, but it says just written by, so there's story by, so he might not actually be making that one.
His IMDb has him listed as a director on
Oh,
it.
does it? Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Necrocosm. Oh my God, him with these big words. A phantasmagorical fantasy nightmare set deep within a strange galaxy where two lovers are torn apart as they try to survive a malevolent invasion. So it sounds, hey, whatever. It sounds like another potential Beyond the Black Rainbow type thing going on. I mean, but hey, man, that's obviously his style. So we'll see how that one is. It's listed as fantasy, horror, and sci-fi.
Mandy has a 3.6 on
Yeah, people loved it. I
Letterboxd.
remember
should watch it.
I remember Mandy. People fucking loved Mandy, man, when it came out a couple years ago. Like people were all good. It's Nicolas Cage once again being Nicolas Cage. It has its moments. It's not bad. I think I gave it like a 2.5 or something like that. Um, but yeah, I feel like it's once again like weird dialogue. It's like and stuff like that. But
So I just looked it up. His episode of Cabinet of Curiosities is episode 7, The Viewing.
okay, The Viewing. All right,
Yeah.
might go check it out. We'll see. Alrighty, gentlemen. Well, I think that's it for this week. Steve, what do we got next week?
Yeah, you mentioned it before. We are heading into the realm of Stephen King and Osgood Perkins. So we're going to review 2025's The Monkey, which is currently playing in theaters. So looking
Yes.
forward to I've already seen it. Looking forward to discussing it because there's a lot to this movie, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. So
Yeah, this will be a good one. This will be an interesting one to discuss for sure. There's a lot going on there. I got my popcorn bucket. Very excited. Very cool popcorn bucket coming out. Love the popcorn bucket trend right now that's taken over the movie theater
I
industry.
don't
It's a
love
lot
the
of fun.
prices though.
No, yeah, I mean 40 it is a very big popcorn bucket, but yeah, man, $45 for $50 for a popcorn bucket is I mean, I'm trying to think like what else like
You got Terrifier. I know you got that
the
one.
Terrifier one was like
Wasn't it like 35, I think.
30. Yeah, I think with shipping it was like 40
how much was
something.
Nosferatu?
It was I'm trying to the Nosferatu one was like 40 or something like that. I think yeah, they're all like in that sort of but yeah, this was the most expensive one at $50 for sure. So yeah. Hopefully they don't maybe not go any higher than that. I don't know. I think the Captain America one was pretty damn pricey too. It was like the actual shield.
There was a
like,
fucking ton of them
fucking
at my
huge.
theater.
Yeah, was there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, how many people, like, when I bought mine, like, when I walked in the theater, I was the only one with one. So I'm like, how many people are actually buying these popcorn buckets, like, at $50 a pop? Not many people. It's definitely a rare breed of us. But then I go online and all the horror groups and fucking everyone has them. So clearly there's clearly an audience for them and a lot of people are buying them. So I'm down for it, though. I'm cool with it. But yeah. All right. So go and check out The Monkey. It's in theaters currently. Probably end up on streaming within the next couple weeks.
By the time we review it.
The way this
Like,
thing goes, yeah. But yeah, go check it out. Osgood Perkins' latest, the number 2 movie in America.
Almost the number one.
Almost
movie
the number one
is,
horror
as
movie.
it's
Yes.
stated.
Both his Neon and Osgood Perkins seem to have something going, a great relationship. Longlegs killed it last year. The Monkey's killing it this year already. So yeah, we'll be seeing a lot more, I think, from Osgood Perkins within the coming years, which I mean he's good. He's an upcoming director. He's got Horror Ties, obviously being the son of what the fuck's his
Anthony.
name? I can't think of it. Anthony Perkins. Yeah. So there we go. All right, that's gonna be it, folks. Once again, we hope you enjoyed our episode. Don't forget, check out The Monkey. And in the meantime, you can put the podcast Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Just search the Horror Squad Podcast. You can email us anytime, the Horror Squad Podcast at gmail.com. But of course, the absolute best way is our Discord. Amazing community over there. So many channels. Steve, you just added a couple, right? A couple new ones?
I did. I added a physical media channel so we could discuss all like our DVDs and Blu-rays and combo packs and deals and all that stuff. I added an autograph channel because a lot of us are autograph collectors as well. We go to cons and all that stuff, and a little private channel for virtual reality because we started playing Walkabout Mini Golf together. And if we get a good enough group, we can maybe even watch a horror movie in big screen or do something like some cool stuff. So yeah, let's do some VR together. It's going to be a good time. It'll be like a movie night, but actually seeing our avatars, like watching the movie in a creepy location.
Yeah.
That could be cool. And Movie Club, don't forget, on today, the day this episode releases, where we're going to watch Killer Rack, 9 p.m. Eastern. Just join a Discord and you'll get the link to join that.
Excellent. Yes. We might need to start a popcorn bucket channel
Cool.
over there pretty soon, Mike, with all these popcorn
Yes,
buckets
no
coming
kidding.
up. All right, yeah. So yeah, join the Discord. It's awesome movie club. Like Steve said, this Friday, always a great time over there. Yeah, and I think that's about. Oh, don't forget, leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app if you haven't already. That helps us greatly. Or if you want to buy some merch, tpublic.com, the Horror Squad podcast. That's linked over on our Instagram. Everything I mentioned is linked over on our Instagram, so you can head over there and click on those links. It's just a bunch of Halloween weekend once again, October 2nd through the 5th. Tickets should be on sale very shortly. It's just a bunch of Halloween.com for all details on that with the cast of Hocus Pocus and yours truly. We will all be there hosting some events and having a good time. So join us for that. And that's it, folks. So we'll see you next week for The Monkey. Bye.
Bye.
See you.